It's 2 in the morning. Your dog has a perfectly good bed somewhere else in the house. And yet, here they are, pacing your mattress, doing that little circle routine, and finally dropping their entire weight right against your legs. Most owners write this off as a simple desire for warmth or a sign of clinginess. But if temperature was the only factor driving them, they have plenty of options: sunny patches on the rug, by a warm radiator, or laundry on the floor. The reality traces back to a deep biological tension. For any animal on Earth, sleep is the absolute most vulnerable state they will ever experience. Every survival instinct passed down from thousands of years of predator and prey dynamics dictates that an unconscious animal finds somewhere hidden and secure. Instead, they walk past every quiet corner of your house to sleep fully exposed next to a massive human. Your dog's nightly routine is actually the fulfillment of a complex 15,000-year-old evolutionary pact established between two completely different species. Roughly 15 years ago, a crucial trade took place. The friendliest wolves broke away from their wild independence, cautiously approaching ancient human campfires to scavenge for food scraps and heat. We know how deep this connection went thanks to a 14,000-year-old archaeological site in Germany. Researchers uncovered a grave where humans and dogs were deliberately interred together. The most revealing detail in that grave was the bones of a single dog. Analysis showed this animal had survived severe canine distemper, a highly lethal, fast-acting disease. Surviving that specific dullness required intensive, round-the-clock nursing for weeks. Early humans spent their limited resources keeping that animal alive, treating them as members of the family rather than disposable hunting tools. Thousands of years of this close proximity altered the animal's DNA. This 3 diagram compares a canine genome to a wild wolf. Over millennia, domestic dogs developed unique genetic insertions precisely here on chromosome 6. Those specific sequences act as a chemical mandate for extreme friendliness. They create powerful biological drive to seek out and maintain close contact with humans. The animals we bring into our homes were shaped a genetic level across millennia to crave closeness and sleep right beside us. This genetic shift mirrors how we relate to our own families. Psychologists took the strange situation procedure, famous test designed by Mary Ainsworth, to measure infant attachment and adapted it for dogs. The results showed that 61% of dogs display secure attachment to their owners. That proportion is functionally identical to the rates in human toddlers. The biology backs up the psychology. In 2015, researchers at Zabu University in Japan measured the cross-species neurochemistry of 30 dog owner pairs. This split-screen infographic illustrates what happens during mutual gazing. When a dog and owner make eye contact, both brains experience a simultaneous spike in a bonding hormone called oxytocin. It creates a self-reinforcing loop where gazing triggers the chemical, and the chemical encourages more gazing. To test if this was universal, they ran the exact same experiment using wolves raised by humans. The chemical loop failed entirely. It is strictly exclusive to the bee between humans and dogs. When a dog forces their way onto your mattress, they are driven by a uniquely co-evolved neurochemical system designed to mimic the exact safety a child feels with its mother. We can measure the effect of this ancient bond in modern bedrooms. A recent study out of the Mayo Clinic used clinical grade trackers to monitor the sleep quality of 40 adults and their dogs over 7 nights. The objective data was harsh. Dogs unequivocally disrupt human sleep quality. Their physical movement and constant repositioning cause frequent micro-awakenings throughout the night. Yet a profound paradox emerged from the surveys. Despite the physical disruptions, human participants overwhelmingly reported feeling more comforted, secure, and well-rested when the dog was in the room. In 2024, researchers in Finland use heart rate variability to map exactly how our nervous systems respond to dogs' presence. These two line graphs track the heart rates of dog and their owner. When they sleep near each other, the patterns physically sync up into a matching rhythmic wave. This is co-regulation, two completely separate autonomic nervous systems actively calming each other down. For most of human history, sleeping in a pack meant safety. The neurological stress reduction provided by sleeping next to bonded animal is often more vital to restorative rest than a quiet, uninterrupted room. Because this behavior is so deeply wired, any sudden change requires immediate attention. If your dog has always slept in your bed and abruptly stops, do not ignore it. Abandoning a deeply established evolutionary habit is frequently the earliest behavioral indicator of hidden physical pain, showing up well before a limp or visible stiffness. For older dogs, sudden shift away from their normal sleep location is hallmark symptom of canine cognitive dysfunction, the animal equivalent of dementia. Dogs lack language. Altering their most sacred instinctual routines is the only way they can signal to you that something is wrong with their health. The heavy animal taking up your space tonight is the culmination of 15,000 years of genetics and share. Out of everywhere they could choose to rest, their biology dictates that you are the safest place on earth.